And they asked, why would you ever leave a country so great, such as the United States, to move to Thailand? They say it's a third world country. So why would you take a step down from another country that's the number one in the world to take a risk and move your family to a country that speaks a totally different language than you? They say the culture is tremendously different and you're going to have a hard time adjusting. They say you're definitely sacrificing life quality to make a move to the other side of the planet. They say you would never be able to acclimate or find community within another country such as Thailand. They say, but I still go and I take risks because everything that you want is on the other side of the things that you are scared to do. You have to face unknowns, foggy paths, unclear situations in order to grow. If you're in a shell and you know every corner of that shell, then you're going to feel like you've known everything, and that's when your growth stops. So I say, keep pushing boundaries, keep exploring. We're put on this planet one time that we know of for a fact, and that time is now. Our sole purpose is to explore and experience life the way it's meant to be, not only in one bubble, but throughout the entire planet. Now, technology allows us to do so much more than what we could have done in our ancestors' lifetime years before. So why not capitalize on the opportunities we have now to explore and advance our civilization for the next generation and provide those experiences for them at a younger age, so that when they're older and they're our age, in our shoes with their kids, they'll be willing to take much more risk, educated, and their risk level and tolerance will be way more stronger and diverse than even ours. This is how you set up the next generation. And these are the reasons we moved to Bangkok, Thailand. So everybody has all kinds of questions wondering, why did you make that move? What benefits are there in Thailand? I'm here to tell you, I have my top 5 reasons why we moved to Thailand and the benefits and perks that we are seeing based off of that move. And I'll tell you, there is so many perks. It's really, really hard to identify just 5, but I'm going to share with you exactly how my family is adjusting and getting along after 2.5 months of living in Thailand. Number 1, the cost of living. The cost of living here in Thailand compared to the States is a drastic difference. But you can find some high-end luxury condos here that are around the same as the US. Now, the thing I love about Thailand is that you have options. Unlike the United States, the range is very, very limited. So if you say, for instance, you live in California, you're not going to find a 2-bedroom for less than $2,000 unless you're in the super hood, in the ghetto. You have roaches crawling everywhere, and you're really struggling to make ends meet, and you're in a dangerous zone. Now, say you live in San Francisco, that's not even heard of. You're not going to find anything under $2,000. But here in Bangkok, I'll kind of like look at Bangkok, San Francisco, New York, kind of roll them into the same metropolitan structure. Here in Bangkok, I like it because if you want to go the economical route, you can find like 1-bedroom condos for as low as $200 a month. Now, this is insane. Utility bills, like $25 a month, just depending on how you utilize it. So that right there is a huge benefit to move to Thailand, especially if you're like an individual expat looking to move and lower your costs, but still live quality of life. Now, you would think, all right, if you get that $200 condo, 1-bedroom condo over in Thailand, what are you actually getting? Are you getting a roach infested place? Or are you living in the super hood, the slums, people hanging off the balconies, and just weird stuff like that? No. You're going to live in a place that has like a pool, has like a gym, well maintained, has like an office that maintains the property. You name it, maintenance team, cleaners. This is what you get in Thailand as a package deal. Now, $200 a month will get you like a condo, very small condo, but still it's $200. And if you're a minimalist and you don't mind living in a small space like that, that can definitely be a benefit to you, especially if you're making US dollars and you own your own business. One other thing I will say is you can scale up. So they do have some high-end luxury places that are really expensive. You know, they have lofts, they have 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartments, condos, you know, 3 pools in there, spa, onsen, massage room, movie theaters, you name it, right? And you might pay upwards toward like $2,200 per unit, $2,500. I've even seen $4,000 per month. But the $4,000 per month unit is like overlooking the river. It's in the most prestigious area. You have maybe a 3-bedroom loft with like an open concept, the most luxurious gold trim building. You know, like, so you're really paying for like a 5-star living experience if you're going to pay that $4,000. If you live in New York and you find an apartment for $4,000, you're barely meeting it. Say you live in Manhattan, or you're looking for an apartment in Manhattan. You can forget about it. You might not even be able to find a place for $4,000. But if you do, I guarantee you're going to be in a Matchbox. You're going to be looking out the window. You turn around, you're right at the front door. Pretty much. You got a mini fridge. So that's the unfortunate truth about the U.S. right now. And unfortunately, the wages did not keep up with the inflation. And every single American is feeling it right now. I can promise that. Another thing about cost of living is the food. Not only can you find low living expenses as far as accommodations or rent for your home, but you can also find food at every single corner, guys. Like fresh food, not processed. Of course, they have the processed stuff in some of those generic chains. But you can walk downstairs and literally make a left or right, and you're going to see a stand, or you're going to see some type of open air market that has fresh produce, meat, anything that you can think of fresh, right? With no chemicals or anything like that, straight out the garden. Now, I love this fact because my family can eat way more healthy. Not only is it more healthy, but it's way more affordable when you actually go to the local markets, which are everywhere. So every single day, my kids' health is improving. They're eating more healthy stuff. I don't have to get taxed extra money just for my family to eat healthy, you know, versus like going to Sprouts or Whole Foods, where you're going to pay an arm and a leg just for, you might have some extra nutrition in there. It might be a little bit more fresh, but you're paying extreme amounts to stay healthy. Here, you pay minimal. They promote good health. Not only that, the people are friendly. So when you go to the open air market, you can actually build a community here. If you go repetitively to your local markets and you make friends and you do good business and you support the local population, they support you back. Like, I love it. The integrity, the honesty, the culture is amazing. But I'm going to get to that in a little bit. Just know that the cost of living here is dramatically different and has a vast range of possibilities based off your budget. And that's one of the main perks of living here. Actually, I wouldn't say that's one of the main perks, but it's definitely a great perk if you have a business in the United States or abroad, coming to live over here part-time or live full-time if you really have the visa to support. Number 2, the quality of life. I can't stress this enough, guys. My quality of life in the US was pretty good, but I often found myself stretching to make events happen, experiences happen. And sometimes you would have to space those experiences out so far where you have a lot of idle time in between, just planning for the next thing because of the cost. Here, our quality of life has definitely dramatically increased. My kids get to go to any camp they want. My daughter is currently in Muay Thai. She does ballet, contemporary. She's doing basketball camps. Her day is completely packed. She's doing STEM courses, you name it, for an affordable price. So it allows you to do a lot more, not only for yourself, but for your family. And it just unlocks potential, right? So I would say the quality of life is great. Also, you can travel anywhere in this country, even outside this country. You can go to like Vietnam, pay like a round trip for like $50 to $70. You can ride down to Pattaya. Pattaya is like an hour and a half away. Experience that place. If you're into the nightlife, you can go to the nightlife. If you're into the beaches, you have the beaches, the water parks everywhere, theme parks everywhere. Every single mall has like fun play place for kids, movie theaters, ice skating rings, and there's multiple malls, especially in Bangkok. There's multiple malls along Sukhumvit. Those malls are not dead. Like in the US, our malls died. The malls here are amazing. There's so many different malls to choose from, and they're all massive. Each one of them has its own distinct characteristic, and you can just throw a rock at any of these malls and go in there and you're going to be wowed by what they have done to these malls. Not only are the malls great, but they are thriving. I was definitely surprised. When I came over here, I was used to being in LA, Las Vegas, the malls have dried up. I don't know if you guys noticed, I'm pretty sure you have, but the malls in the United States are gone. They died. They're done. But the malls here are incredible. It just brings back a bit of nostalgia, just, reminiscing on how our malls used to be thriving, people everywhere, people shopping, the Christmas spirit. Right now it's around Christmas time. So, when you go to the mall, it is an experience. Like, you're not just going to a department store, you see a brick building, you go inside and there's some decoration. No, you walk up to this mall, outside is fully decorated, lights everywhere, huge Christmas trees, music, caroling. They do it bigger than the United States when it comes to holidays. Even our United States holidays are, the rest of the world celebrates Christmas. That's not even one of their main holidays. That is insane. So my kids love it. We go there often. We just enjoy the festivities, shops. You can find anything in those malls. Now, you will pay top dollar, but you're going to find everything that you want in those malls. They're going to be retail price. But they do have outside markets, which I love because I'm a bargain hunter. You can walk out here and find everything that you see in the mall. Maybe it might be a little, knockoff-ish or whatever. Sometimes you can't tell at all. And you're going to pay a fraction of the cost. So I would definitely say the opportunities out here are great, especially for an expat that has a business in the United States living out this way. But don't take my word for it. Come and make a trip. I urge you to make a trip. Come out here, experience Thailand. This place is amazing. If you have any questions about this area in Bangkok, Phuket, those are the two main places that I know. I can tell you a little bit about Hua Hin. Feel free to ask me questions. I would definitely love to give you guys info on that. Another thing about the quality of life is just your leisure. So you pretty much can just go take a flight, $25 to $30, I say $25 to $35 one way to Phuket, which is gorgeous. There's so many beaches. They have Patong Beach, Karon Beach, Katanoi. I can just keep on going on. They also have excursions to Phi Phi Island, one of the famous islands, James Bond Island, Krabi. You can name it. There's so many beautiful places to go. And it's so economical to travel around Thailand. Another place, Hua Hin, if you're looking for a relaxed place to just lounge back, look at the ocean, minimal waves, and just enjoy relaxed Thailand, you can go to Hua Hin. It's one of the retirement capitals of Thailand. And most of the locals go to travel to Hua Hin to take their vacation. Number 3, the culture. Oh my God. So the culture here is so rich. There are so many temples. They call temples Watts. There's so many Watts throughout Thailand. The people are crazy respectful. When I mean respectful, I can give you a few examples of how the culture is so rich over here and why I wanted to bring my family over here. And it's going to surprise you. So for one, you go on the train like the BTS. I lived in the Bay, so I'm used to the BART system. You can find some rude people up there. Sometimes it's smelling like pee, it's grimy. The upkeep is not at the top level. But when you go to a train here, it's called the BTS or the MRT, which is the subway. Everybody's respectful. You feel safe going to the train station. You walk in there, yes, it might be a lot of people depending on the hour, but everybody is respectful. There's barely anybody talking. They give each other a little bit of space. They respect each other's space. If there's an older lady or a woman with a child standing up and there's some young person or even an old person sitting down, that person will get up and let that person with the child or the elderly sit down. Those qualities right there, I think we're missing in the United States. And I'm not against the United States. I might sound like, I'm against I'm definitely not, but facts are facts, and I just go off the truth. One more example is I rode the train station. I left my DJI camera, my vlogging camera. Now it's $750. I left it at noon, right? I was like, oh my God, I was recording my phone the whole time. I didn't know where I left it the whole day. So I finally thought back and I realized I left it at the train station. Man, I lost my camera 2 days ago. Going on to the BTS with my cousins and family. I'm gonna go up here and see if it's still there, man. Everybody's telling me it's not gonna be there. Trust me, just count it. It's a $750 camera. You'll never get it back. But I'm gonna go over here and check and see if it actually is true. I got faith in the Thai people. I already know that they're trustworthy, honest. So let's put it to the test. Hopefully my camera's there. I'm hoping. We'll see. The next day, I went to the train station and I asked the person at the front desk, said, did anybody turn the camera? It's a $750 camera. It looks like this. I really hope that somebody turned it in. Could you check? Oh my God. So I left my DJI Osmo Pocket 3 camera at the BTS yesterday. I left it at like 11:45. I came back. I asked them, did anybody turn in a camera? I left it outside of the window. She had it delivered. They actually kept it. That shows the level of integrity they have in the culture. Thailand is awesome. In the States, this thing would have been stolen. It's a $750 camera, and it's returned to me safely. She brought me back my camera 1 day later. Thank you. Kapun ka. So she radioed over to the main office for the BTS station. And they said, sure enough, they looked at the camera. They have this thing called CCTV. It's like a camera system that monitors and everything. And they found it. Oh my God. This is crazy. This is not the first time. This is like the third time that Thailand has just impressed me with the culture, the level of honesty, the safety element. I left this. Do you know what this is? This is a DJI Pocket 3. It's a $700 camera with SIM card and everything. I left this at the ticket counter when I was buying the ticket. I lost it. I went crazy. I realized it late at night when I left it around like noon. It's like, man, everybody was counting it out. Oh, this thing is gone, man. You know, my girl's telling me, trust me, don't even bank on it. It's going to be gone. I still had faith because I know how the Thai people are. Sure enough, I come back the next day around noon and I lost my camera yesterday. I came back to the BTS and they kept it. It just shows the level of integrity the Thai people have. They're really honest, you know, loyal. And this right here would never have happened in the United States. Only in Thailand, you have these trustworthy people that take care of each other. And I'm really happy. This is living proof. Somebody turned it in. The integrity level is so high. Somebody grabbed my camera, turned it into the main office, and they held it for me until I came back. I showed them my passport. They looked at the camera. They saw me leave it right there when I went to go buy a ticket, and they gave it back to me. This is the level of integrity they have over here. And this is what makes Thailand so safe compared to the United States. If I would have left my camera over there on like the train station, New York, subway station, 5 seconds, that thing is gone. I might not even leave it anywhere. Somebody might just take it out of my bag without me knowing. And that's the difference. And that's why I wanted to move over to Thailand. There's one more example I got to share with you. So Andrea, she left her motorbike. She left the keys in there. She left her phone in the bike, like in the phone holder. And she left. She went to the park. She's running around with my son. She realized, oh my God, I just left my phone. So she went back to her bike, right? Panicking. Now she's from San Francisco, Bay Area. So she's already thinking the worst. PTSD is real when you leave the United States. You already think that all your stuff is stolen. You don't have anything anymore. You might as well start looking for another phone. Your bike is going to be towed, or if not towed, you're going to have a ticket for like $400 because you parked illegally. You know, you're thinking all kind of things. She walked back to her bike and there's a piece of paper. She's like, oh my God, here we go. You know, like I got a ticket.
I see this note on my bike. It says key in Photoshop.
No. It turns out that she got the piece of paper, opened it up. She read it. Somebody wrote her a personal note stating that they had taken her helmet, turned off the bike because she left the bike running with the keys in it. She was brand new to riding the bike. Took the keys, put it in the shop right behind it, and wrote a letter saying, hey, I took the keys. Your helmet is sitting in the cafe behind us. The owner knows, and she's looking for you to come gather your things. I turned your bike off because I didn't want your battery to die, and I hope you forgive me. She went nuts. She could not believe it. I couldn't believe it that somebody would be that nice and that generous to just look out for a fellow neighbor. You know, somebody that lives in the community that rides a bike and made a mistake.
I thought the worst in what had happened with the keys and my son's helmet. I thought it was stolen. I didn't know. I didn't expect for somebody to turn off the ignition because I left it on, put it in a safe place, put my son's helmet on top, and leave a note.
So those qualities just demonstrate how rich the culture is and just the community in general. Everybody helping everybody. I love that. Like, I would take that over the prestigious name of living in a certain place any day. To me, that's the 5-star quality of a country. All right, number 4, healthcare. Now, I know most people, this is the number one reason why most people won't live abroad, and it's the healthcare. Most people are worried like, man, if I don't have my job, I'm not going to have healthcare. Without healthcare, how am I going to take care of myself over time or my kids? And that's the number one thing that keeps people working, number one thing that keeps people in a certain job, a certain area, and ultimately in the same country. So I'm here to tell you that Thailand has one of the best healthcare systems out. Yes, you hear it right. The best health. They have one of the top hospitals worldwide, and people fly here for certain operations in Thailand, in Bangkok specifically, for that reason. So don't worry. Don't think you're skimping out. This is a third world country. The hospitals are bad. Their knowledge on healthcare is top notch. So you don't have to worry about that. Now you're wondering like, man, yeah, but I don't want to pay an arm and a leg for this, that, and this. They do have healthcare plans. They have like safety wing that can help you and give you coverage as well. And I think there's a few other ones that I can link in the description below. Just saying that healthcare is a thing that is affordable in Thailand. And that's another reason why I love this place. All right, finally, number 5, community and networking. There are so many other expats here in Bangkok specifically, but all over Thailand. Facebook is definitely a great platform. So I would recommend going to Facebook groups. Facebook groups has pretty much your starter kit. So what I did is before I moved out here, I went on Facebook groups. I reached out to certain communities within Thailand. So for instance, if I like pickleball, go to Bangkok City Pickleball Association. You can get added, start asking questions about like where the pickleballs are, start building community that way. Expats in general, they have a channel, BKK Expats. You can join that and just start like networking. Say, hey, I'm such and such, I'm this old. My interests are this. I'm looking for other people that are looking for this, this, and this. And then connect ahead of time. Those people are so willing to be open with you. And the community over here is really tight-knit, where business deals come out of just the relationships and meeting people through Facebook groups. It's amazing. Even if you don't do business, just the community in general supports each other and shares ideas so that you can get the cliff notes on how to assimilate to the country just that much faster. Also on that note, I would say don't just go to the expat groups. Like if you venture outside of the expat areas and you integrate into like programs such as basketball camps, ballet camps, different, whatever your kids are into or whatever you're into, you join some of those local groups and just like make friends. Those local Thai people will definitely share information. They love it. They want to help people out. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope it was very informative. My goal is to help the next person succeed. And by sharing my life's journey and my family's experience while we live abroad can help somebody else, then everything was worth it. You'll meet great people along the way, have great experiences, and I believe that is what life is all about. Until next time, peace. Sawadee Ka.